You can't compare. And we'll see who's going to leave. This is always the saddest part. Got to say goodbye to our seniors and hopefully keep the juniors and lower around. We want to make sure that guys who we recruited stick out, and even if we cut them later, which would be really rude, but we don't want transfers. We will accept transfers. We don't want them leaving us, though. Hard enough to recruit out to Oregon, let alone Hood River. An hour east of the beautiful city of Portland. Did we have any coaching changes? Yes, we lose Joe Craddock, who is a pretty good offensive coordinator, and we get Al Borges, who I don't know what his level is, but supposedly he might do pretty. We also lost our DC, whose contract expired, which is fine. He was not a good defensive coordinator. Hopefully this guy will have a slightly higher level. Oh, I need to make sure nobody's leaving on us. No transfers. Oh, David Lacey might be our first player in program history to get drafted. We're going to lose him. We're going to lose Kevin Davis. We're going to lose Ryan Brown, Maurice Williams, Reggie Madison, wow, John Shaw, Chris Marshall, Sean Murray, Pat Ross, Travis McKenzie. Oh my God, the hits keep coming. That's a lot of damaging guys to lose. But I think we'll be okay. Nobody's trying to transfer out, and we might get a player drafted. Absolutely okay with me. Projected in the 6th round. Better than that would be awesome. He does go in the 6th. Congratulations to David Lacey, the first one to go in the draft. And we got a defensive tackle from Oregon who wants to come hang out. He said, "I'm done with Eugene. I'd like to hang out with you guys out in Hood River." And we'll welcome him. He's not necessarily any great. Decent DT. Might not be a starter, but he should see some playing time. And we'll move on to the recruiting now. Can't believe it. We got a few guys that we really want that we're in recruiting battles with. I don't know why it keeps showing me Aaron Brink. He locked us out, but he's just garbage. 49 overall fullback. First off, we don't use fullbacks. Second off, we don't need anybody that's a 49 overall. But we'll come in to the recruiting board, and just in case, we're going to pop in, check out what the top guys are looking at, see if any of them are not committed. And if they haven't narrowed down their decisions enough, see if we can put them on our board late in the season here. Maybe steal them away. I can't imagine there's going to be anybody. But you never know. One of these good guys could be all that we need. A 4 or a 5-star. Try to help out our recruiting class a little bit. We were like top 50 last year. I don't see it happening this time around. We're going to check what we are before signing day. 122. We got a long ways to go. That's 2022 with 11 guys signed. We got a chance to pull in some big boys with our 15,000 points. We're going to sort this by overall. And try to take a couple guys off the board that don't matter. Maybe look at a few others as well. We got the lead with Evan Williams, the whiskey boy. Is anybody not scouted on my board? Joseph Bell. He goes down. If he would have gone up, that would have been someone that we were definitely super interested in. Instead, we're just going to have to call it what it is. That is good. Ray Nixon, the number 5 guard. We got the number 1 fullback and the number 7 QB all looking to come. The quarterback is what we really need. So we're going to put 5,000 to start into him. We might go 5-4-4, I think. Try to pick up these top 3. And then anybody else that wants to commit will be a bonus. We got the lead, a pretty big lead with John Tremblay, so we don't necessarily need to commit a ton of points to some of these guys. We should get a solid amount of recruits regardless of what happens. And we're going to just hold this down as we throw points. 4,000 to start. And potentially more later on down the line. Let's see. Don't have a lead on Matt Jackson. Not super worried about these guys. We should pull in some of them still. Where'd the 50 go? Actually put that into somebody down here. Oh no, that recruiting or the scouting. There we go. Duh. I'm gonna let the CPU put the rest in, just to guarantee that we maybe get those guys. The last 1950 points, and we will advance to signing day. We had the 122nd class going into signing day. We'll see if we can continue that. Seeing guys sign. See if I see a GU pop up. I think I saw a Gorge University. And they're down into the 1 stars. We leveled up. And we got the 3 guys that we wanted. We lost John Tremblay, that's fine. And most of these other guys. But we pick up the 3 4 stars, including an 80 overall guard. That's going to be useful. Top 10 prospect, 3 stars. We got 3 top 10 prospects. Incredible. Grabbed 8 guys there. Filled our last team need for the season. That should move us up a lot on a recruiting class. Ah, 72. We didn't get top 50. We did get top 75, though. Toledo pulled in a 5-star. Curious to see. Ooh, 4 of them went to Georgia. That's brutal. And what's our prestige now? We're a 4-star prestige school. We're destined to do nothing but go up. We keep our quarterback, who's just going to get a little bit better. And we'll go into position changes. Can I sign that level? That could be big. I don't know if that was one from before or not. Okay, it is. Put that into the instant commit. We got a 10% chance of somebody instant committing to us. Early in the season. It might be how we snag some early recruits. And we're going to see where we can move guys around to. John Billings, the wide receiver. No athletes. We're going to see if anybody has good throw power or accuracy who's not a quarterback. It doesn't seem like it. Ryan Henry, the redshirt sophomore. He's going to be trying to push. We got a lot of guys with better throw power than Tyson. but they're not necessarily better. Also, worse throw accuracy on all of them, and I'd rather have throw accuracy than power, unless we're throwing bombs downfield to our boy. Look at these position changes. See if we can move guys around. Like, we don't necessarily need all this, although Lionel Harris from Idaho, we're just going to redshirt him if he doesn't get cut. Fullback-wise, we picked up 2. One of them is a pretty solid player, 78 overall. One of them is not. And actually, we were thinking about potentially moving him somewhere other than fullback, somewhere where he can have a bit of an impact. Maybe a tight end. I feel like he might play better at tight end. Yeah, we're gonna move him in at tight end because we just don't use fullbacks, so he won't see what he needs to. And instead, we're going to be able to move this JUCO junior. I think we just got him. Not super solid. Yeah, we're going to move this guy to the fullback spot just as a backup fullback. He's not good to begin with, so it'll just be nice to have him. Sophomore is not a good left guard. He's not really good in a lot of places. How many centers do we have? Plenty. And it looks like we won't be able to move a lot there. The right guard spot. We could move Kyle Concepcion to a non-offensive line position. Maynard could be a 72 left guard or a 71 left tackle. Yeah, okay. Maynard, the right guard, is going to move to left tackle. And that'll give us a lot better depth here over these guys. This freshman, he got to be better somewhere else, right? Not really. He might get cut. And that way, this needs to be sorted by overall. Christ. The center's a 60, the left guard's an 80. Maybe Sands would be a better center. 69 overall. It's not terrible. Okay, so left tackle. Looking at my defensive line is 71, 73, 68, and 77. A lot of right ends. Ooh, some of these guys can move around. The left end is 68, 68, and this is a 77. So we can move D. Brandt over to the left end. He'll be an improvement over there. And one of these guys to somewhere, maybe? Defensive tackle, potentially. Let's look at that. Our defensive tackles are pretty solid. We got a lot of them, though. And they don't really fit in a whole lot of other places. How about the linebacker spot? 73 on the left, 76 in the middle. Marcus Thomas and Jamal Schroeder. We'll look to move Upshaw somewhere else. It was 73, 72, 60, 76, 76, 68, 82, 84. If Upshaw can play on the right, just fine. That'll give us more depth there. And at the corner, we're looking to see what we can do. Chris Long is our best. Maybe move one of these guys to a safety. He moves up to a 73 free safety. That puts him second. We're just looking for any improvements on guys right now. Anything at all. And some of these might get redshirted, so, or just cut. Wright ends up being an 83 overall at the strong safety. That's nice. And our safety spots have quite a bit of depth. Gonna have to redshirt guys that we aren't gonna be seeing elsewhere. Kickers are looking acceptable, I guess. And our fastest quarterback is still Tyson Phillips, so he will continue to get the nod there. Let's see what we can do training-wise. The incoming freshman won't get trained, but that's okay. All that we need is a little bit more depth on our older guys. Long is our most improved. He's a 91 now as a junior. That's big. He gets a little bit faster. A lot more awareness. And at the quarterback, Phillips gains some speed and some accuracy. And a lot more awareness. That's useful. A little bit more break tackle. How's his throwing, though? It's +3 on the throw accuracy. Gets a little bit more throw power. Ryan Henry is a guy that we're basically going to use to throw long bombs at the end of the half. He gets a lot of accuracy to boost him up there, but he's not useful for much else. Slow guy. Sophomore out of California. The other two faster guys are out of Washington. Curious. Matt Parrish is going to potentially be our starter. Doug Robinson, who's a 78 overall now, was a 5-star recruit. That's useful. 85 and 78 on these two guys. I like seeing that. A lot of speed actually coming out of Robinson. He might get the nod over Parrish, who's been here for a year longer. But there's just a stronger back, but we want a speed back as our first man, and Robinson will get that. Not really worried about other things. We're going to go to our preseason. We won't go into the Pac-12 just yet. That'll come in a little bit. Let the CPU cut my players, because it doesn't matter to me. It's just going to take off whoever sucks in a position where we have a lot of depth. And we're just going to set our schedule, and I might take a little break. We'll do some off-season stuff. We might start the recruiting, but I don't know if I'm ready to play another game right now. Still coming off the high of beating Texas in the Fiesta Bowl, number 7 in the country. If we would have beat Fresno State and San Diego State, we could have been potentially playing, well, we probably still would have played Texas, but we would have finished the season probably top 5. Billy Whip's going to be looking promising. Hopefully last season sets us up for a good one this year, as we're going to go into our redshirting. Zach Walker, we'll redshirt you. You're a scrambling quarterback. Decent speed, but it can be a lot better by the time you start seeing playing time. Potentially next year. Yeah. At the running back spot, Matt Steele out of the Dowels. He literally lives down the road. We kind of had to offer him. We'll redshirt him, but Doug Robinson is going to get the nod. At wide receiver, we brought in 2 guys who aren't going to see any time, so we're just going to redshirt both of them, and that will hopefully allow them to be a little bit better their senior years if they're still on the roster. At tight end, Tyler Williams. He was our fullback commit. We're going to not... Yeah, we're going to not redshirt him this year, I don't think. We have 2 tight ends. Well, we have fullbacks, though. Or a fullback. Yeah, okay. Tyler Williams will get the red shirt. He'll play better. He's already got a solid amount of speed for a tight end, but he could be incredible. Noah Bean level by the time he's a senior. Don't have a ton of depth on the line that I want to be redshirting guys. The right end, I don't imagine this guy will see some time, so we can get him. Tim Pope was a big pickup that we got. He's a senior now. He goes along with Matt Parrish in our religious names group. And at the defensive tackle, 4 is enough. We need to be able to rotate guys. Same with all these spots. At corner, Cody Overstreet. He's 57 overall out of North Bend. Ugh. Coastal boy. We're going to redshirt him. And Jesse Stanford, we'll redshirt him as well. Nobody redshirted at strong safety. They've already had that happen to him. Kicker, punter, all looking good. We set a bunch of red shirts there. Now let's figure out our depth chart. Tyson Phillips will continue to start. Doug Robinson is going to place over Matt Parrish for our starting running back. Our starting running back, this true sophomore. At fullback, that looks fine to me. And in fact, should be perfectly fine. Yeah. Wide receiver, we want Billings. Actually, yeah, we want Billings to be... we'll put him at second string behind Howard Walker. Just because he doesn't necessarily need to be getting everything, as I didn't even think about it. He's at 99 speed, 98 acceleration. Absolutely incredible. You can't stop that, man. At tight end, I'd rather have Chaz in, a little bit extra speed, and we'll give the nod to the senior, just to be kind. I'm fine with the auto reordering on the line. Interesting choices here. On the left outside, we'll keep it the way it is. Marcus Thomas would love to get the nod at one of these two spots, but I don't think it'll happen. He's got a lot of speed, but I'm going to keep him as my backup middle linebacker for now. Fine with everything else. Kicker, that's fine. John Billings is John Billings is the third string kicker and punter. He's just that good of a man. And as our kick return, he's going to get the nod. I don't know what the hell Robinson thinks he's doing. And I think Chris Long will even get the nod over Robinson. We need speed on our kickoff team. And John Billings has done more than enough to earn that right there. We've got speed there. Beautiful. We are all set up on the depth chart. We're going to set our custom schedule for the year. We don't want it to be ridiculously hard. We don't want it to be ridiculously easy as well. And we're going to set these to open. Oh, I can't set too many to open, apparently. You have to have a certain amount. We're not going to play Notre Dame 2 years in a row. Especially at home for them each time. We're going to just play our FCS game late in the season, I think. Yeah. We're going to go with the SEC strat. And wait, for some reason that's locked in. Oh. As being an at. Let me see if I can change this real quick. So it says versus, just in case something weird happens. And what do we want to do for the season opener? Who's done well against us? Who do we want to maybe get revenge on? I'm thinking Kent State. It's an easy opener. Oh, no, that kills our strength of schedule. That's pretty brutal. Let's find someone who's decent. Let's play at Cal versus Kent State because they beat us in a bowl game. We got revenge against Middle Tennessee in a bowl game, so we don't need to worry about that. And back-to-back bye weeks, that's not going to fly. We'll take our bye week actually just later in the season, yeah. And put one after California. Potentially a decent team. Maybe a ACC school? Someone interesting. Tough decisions. Tough decisions. We'll play Virginia. And we'll go... No, we'll keep him at home. Doesn't hurt our strength of schedule at all. But we'll go play at California. Fresno State's starting the season ranked. Good for them. We're not somehow, even though we were top in the nation. But, you know, it is what it is. And now we can just set up our recruiting board. Try to find guys who want to come to the GU. Any top 100 players would be much appreciated. And maybe we can try to snag somebody with the instant commit. Ooh. We do have two guys interested. Terrell Bracken, the number 4 receiver, and a tight end. He knows tight ends get their playing time here. Austin Johnson and Nathan Carter will get added to our boards, along with... We already have a really good guard. Why not try to get another one? 2 strong guys there. And someone who can squat. Throw those guys on. And then let's see. We need 2 middle linebackers and a punter. So we'll start out. We'll find the best punter in the nation. And see if he wants to come play for us. And if there's anyone interested. No punters interested. Oh, okay. We got a couple. They're no good, though. Yeah, we'll just continue. Nobody recruits punters. So we'll take the top 2 and put them on our board. Maybe get one of those guys. And a couple middle linebackers. Throw them on our board as well. Well, that's great that we're only losing a few players next year, then it sounds like, if we are doing so well on needs. No middle linebackers come, so we're going to throw the top one in. Oh, okay. There's a few 3-stars that do want to play for us. Fast and strong. We'll throw both of these guys on our board. And depending on the lead that we get... So we'll throw 3 on. Depending on the lead that we get early, we might be able to snag an instant commit. And now we'll just be looking at any... Actually, we'll look for a quarterback and a running back at this point. And see what we can figure out. There is scrambling quarterbacks who want to play for us. They're shit. Yo. Bobby, what game did you leave? Was it the conference championship game that we didn't play? So we won the conference championship game against Boise State, who obviously is a rival. It was a top 25 matchup. We were ranked like 15 going into it. We win that, or 17. We were 17 going into it. We won it by 2 scores, pretty handily, 14 points. And then we went on to our bowl game, the Fiesta Bowl, against number 4 Texas as we were ranked 14. I just want you to guess how that turned out. Oh, and we played New Mexico State was the game, I guess, that you left. We had no problems with them. Brett Sutton is a scrambler. And we're just going to go down and look for the fastest QB here. Who is Sutton? Any of these from California? He's a 2-star. Ooh. Not sure if I can swing that. How about just a good one from California? As I'm not even paying attention as I'm scrolling through. Or Washington. That works as well. Justin Burns will come onto the board. Billings didn't win the Heisman. He won Kick Returner of the Year. I won Coach of the Year. We won like 7 awards. We had like 6 first-team All-Americans. And we came out against number 4 Texas. And, you know, played our game. It was pretty close, but we ended up fucking slaughtering them. Well, I mean, you know, as far as you can get against a top-ranked team. We beat them by 14 and ended the season ranked number 7. Of course, we get real disrespect out here in the Gorge, and we're currently unranked in the preseason. So that's a thing, but, you know, looking beautiful out here. I want to see any 4-stars that... Oh, not just halfbacks. Any 4-stars that want to play for us. And currently, our out-of-conference is really weak. So if you want to come up with something, we got Kent State, which is a revenge game against our first bowl game that we lost. Cal, and an FCS school. Any 3-stars that want to come, we'll throw onto the board. We got one more. Defensive tackle or a strong safety. Or if there's a 4-star with some interest. We already have him. And Billings has like 98 speed, 99 acceleration now, so he's going to be absolutely ridiculous. Yo, this guy's strong as shit. He's getting on the board. We'll do our scouting. We have 2 ranks into the Insta commit skill now, so we might be able to snag somebody early, which would be huge in just figuring out early season points. We got 2 punters on the board. Gonna try to grab one of them early, just to get it out of the way. 85 overall as a punter is pretty solid. The only needs that we have this year are 2 middle linebackers and a punter. As we're going to maybe hope to find our first gem ever. It's been all busts. We get a couple guys moving up. There's a gem! Quentin Hall. Too bad he's a good athlete and everybody's going to be looking at him, but we finally found one and he only goes up 5 overall. Maybe we can keep finding some more. I think Billings might have ended the season with like 10 kick returns. He had 2 in the conference championship game. So at the very least, we haven't found a bust yet. Oh, there it is. Down at the bottom of the board to begin with. And honestly, not incredible looking recruit that we've scouted. But at the time being, there's enough 80s. How many bonus points? Ooh, Vincent Robinson might be the one that we go for. Just because we're getting a lot of bonus points and it'll be easier for us to recruit him. Comparatively, yeah. Justin Leake's going to come off. Oh, yeah, no kidding. Miami ended up losing to Clemson in the ACC championship game, and then Clemson went on to destroy, I don't remember who. They absolutely destroyed somebody. It wasn't the Big 12. It might have been some. It wasn't the Big 10. It wasn't the SEC. I don't know. They destroyed somebody. Like, just absolutely demolished. And we're going to look at our biggest lead. It's 150 points that you need when you offer a scholarship to instantly, or to get the instant commit. So we're going to try to hold off on offering scholarships on guys until we have those for this year. Here's our season right now. Not looking great. C- strength of schedule. It could be better. Oh, Virginia. That's right. We weren't playing an FCS. Cool. I wanted to play somebody, but I didn't want it to be like an impossible game. Ole Miss won the Natty. I won't play Miami again. We beat the other Miami. We haven't played Oregon yet. We could try to get revenge against Oregon State. Yeah, this is a revenge tour. Who else has beat us? I'm not playing Miami. I will never play Miami as long as I live. It's not fair what they did to us. We will play Florida State again, though. This is the revenge tour. And we're going to have a lot of games at home this year. Beautiful. All of these teams have beaten us. We're coming out to say, hey, we're kind of relevant. Hopefully we don't get just destroyed by Florida State. If we do well this season, we'll probably go into the Pac-12, and then maybe I'll take on Miami again. And we'll just start this bad boy up. We moved that fullback. I don't remember what his name was, to tight end, and then redshirted him. So he dropped 6 overall when we did it, but he was still a 72. So he'll just get better, which is going to be impressive. John Billings is somehow improved, and he's somehow only a junior. So I don't know. Like, he's going to be max speed next season, and just absolutely incredible. Nobody's going to stop him. I've taken him off the defense. He's just a receiver and a kick return man now. And he was auto-charted as the third-string kicker and punter. So we left him there. In Billings we trust. We're going to continue to just let it be. So we have a level up, but it doesn't matter. We found our first gem in conference history. That's fantastic. And we got Kent State to start the season. That's nice. Should be an easy one. We got a 10% chance of instant signing some guys. So we'll check that. We got one. Wow, immediately. We pick up the number 23 middle linebacker. Can we get the number 19? No, but we offered him a scholarship. Just like that, we've got to commit week 1. And that's fantastic. Team needs are basically almost filled. And let's scout the rest of the guys that we have on our board here. See how many of them move up a solid amount on the overall. So I actually want to, I can sort this by overall now. Jason Moss goes up. Charles Hall goes down. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, though, that you need a 150-point lead, though, to get those to stick. I might be mistaken. But I feel like I read that somewhere. Might have been on Operation Sports, which is a forum that I trust well enough. You have to be their leader? Let's see. I read it, yeah, so... No, you just have to be in the lead, I think. But I'm not entirely sure. Someone on the forum says they got one with a 10-point lead, so I think you might just have to have a lead in general. So we can just offer to all our leads. As we'll continue to scout these guys out. And we'll just offer scholarships to everybody that we have a lead in then. Early. Assuming I can filter it that way. We don't get that one. Jeff Murphy, the halfback. Don't know if we picked it up. We got Pat Holt. And we got Terrell McQueen. Wow. Interesting. I wonder if there's a threshold then. That seems broken. We already have 3 though, early this season, so that'll be useful. And try to figure this out some more. Whatever. Regardless, I don't want to just offer everybody right now, because we don't have the full chance. We only have the 10% commit chance, if that makes sense. But we'll look at our the overalls. These guys are going to be a little bit lower on the board. They're all in the 60s, but they're just nice to get out of the way. I guess Terrell McQueen's at 59, but that's fine. And we just want to wait for the higher level to start spamming them, just because it'll give us probably twice as many. I don't know if the math is correct there. As we're going to see who we can pick up and who's going to fall too far behind for us to have a chance in early in this season. The big 3 commits, though, it's going to put us in an early lead on the class rank. It might be number 1 right now. No, we can't even see it. We probably got to get through a week first. I'm sure that somebody's going to pull a 5-star immediately.